12 numbers. Mitch, my weekly co-host, and
BDavis.
stepping up in the big boy seat this week
The
is
hot
B
seat.
Davis. That's right, the hot seat.
You can say that, man.
All right, welcome again to the show. It's Wednesday, 6 o'clock here, WODU Studios. How's everyone's week been so far?
Huh.
Hump
What is
day.
I had a good birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
happy 23rd to B Davis. He's
Thank
old,
you.
he's washed.
It's
Thank
the
you.
Jordan year, or
Yes,
like we
sir.
say now, actually,
It's all right.
Deion Waiters' year.
Nah, it was Jordan. It was Jordan.
Oh.
I think Jordan is the appropriate person for that.
What you got on the slate for today, man? I'm feeling like talking some ball, man.
All right, well, we've got a lot actually to go on for the slate today. Let's start off with the big story last night was, we had a pretty interesting game. We had we had Warriors Bulls.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody really saw that game turning out the way it did. 2-point victory in overtime, 107-105. Derrick Rose had an absolutely awful game at 30 points on 33 shots with 11 assists and 1 turnover.
Very impressive.
Hit the game-winning jumper.
Very
So go
impressive.
figure. I can't call it.
It's all good, man. Steph, man. How many points did Steph have yesterday?
I don't know how many Steph had. I think Steph had a relatively quiet game for Steph.
Clay had a
standards,
hot
yeah.
streak going at first.
Yeah, Clay was.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Clay started out because they combined for 25 in the first half.
Yeah.
I want to say it was for them. So I think Steph had 10 at half.
Okay.
But I didn't get to watch too much of that game. But
I caught glimpses of it. I
Yeah.
watched like the fourth quarter and overtime.
I think Derrick Rose frustrations was getting to him. Remember when he said that he was frustrated with them not showing up? I think they took that to the toll.
Yeah, he certainly tried to take the game into his hands,
Yeah.
and that can.
That
with
can-
Derrick
yeah,
Rose,
that
you
can
never
happen.
know which direction that's gonna go.
That can
I've
happen.
never been the biggest Derrick Rose fan. I think that's pretty well known. Mitch knows that.
21-9.
Not bad. I mean, we're so used to Steph just.
He was -3 last night, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never been a big plus minus guy.
Really?
No, yeah. I mean, because if it's a 2-point loss, then what does that mean? That's how I look at it.
You're right.
Yeah.
And overtime
You
as
know?
well.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Exactly.
And then you got to think about it though. Like, it's kind of weird because Clay was a -6. But
Right.
He had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. But he went 4 of 10 from 3-point and 13 of 27 from the field. But you would never, think of those things first.
Right. Again, the NBA, it's a
the
different
NBA.
animal, man. I never know what's going to happen.
You're right.
So the All-Star weekend is coming up. In a little while, we'll discuss, possible reserves because those haven't been announced yet. They'll be announced, I believe, tomorrow evening.
Mhm.
So, but we can discuss the slam dunk contest participants. I'm excited about this group of participants. What about you guys?
I
Are you
mean,
guys?
uh,
It's no like
Oh,
there's
don't
no
get me started.
stars. There's no stars. We just have to accept the
it's no
fact that
stars. That's what
it's
I'm-
not like that anymore. We
that's
just
what
have to
I'm
accept
disappointed
that.
About, but hey, Zach LaVine, man, the young boy can jump. That's all I know.
We are
So-
one good tournament away from the revival. Last year was supposed to be the revival.
It was
That was just trash. Let's
We-
just forget last year.
yeah.
Let's just
That
please
format
forget
was
that one.
terrible. It killed it. There was no
What
winner.
kind of teams?
There was no real
It's
winner.
slam
Yeah.
dunk.
But listen,
You had good- you
but
had
who
good
won that, though,
dunkers.
Actually, can we?
John Wall
John
and
Wall.
his teammates won that. That's
John Wall had a hell of a dunk.
Yeah,
though.
he did. All right, kudos to the man.
Okay,
You know?
and then we'll get to the other part.
All right,
later.
so the slam dunk contest has been confirmed for contestants. The 3-point contest not confirmed yet, but there's a lot of big names reported. But all right. So for the slam dunk contest, it'll be 4. With aberration.
Right.
So the contestants are Victor Oladipo, Zach LaVine, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Mason Plumlee.
Mason Plumlee.
Now, Mason Plumlee can throw down. We have to respect the fact the man can throw down. Like, he's a big, goofy white guy, but he
Right,
can
right.
throw down. I mean,
there ain't nothing goofy about Mason at all. That guy, man, I'm telling you guys are underestimating his dunking.
He's judging by
No,
the
I'm not.
McDonald's
I just stood up
All-American.
for him. I just stood up for him.
And he was the first player in high school, college, and NBA to dunk 3 basketballs like that.
no, yeah, that's right.
He did.
Didn't Gerald Green try? Was it Gerald or was it
JaVale
Yeah,
McGee.
JaVale tried that.
Yeah.
one
Okay,
year.
that was the year. That was the year
Yeah.
Blake dunked over the tip of a car. Come
Yeah.
on,
Not the
man.
tip.
Like he did. Like that's what I mean.
No.
No, but I'm excited about this because there's no household names, but there's guys with potential to be household
Yeah,
names,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
Giannis, who is
He's
probably the
right.
biggest name out of all these guys, literally. Victor Oladipo to me is an all-star in the future.
He is an all-star in the future.
Yeah, that's set in stone, man. That's gotta be
Yeah,
it.
so and these guys can throw down. I think people who watch enough basketball know that these guys are all worthy dunkers. We all know Zach LaVine is pretty much just known for dunking at this point.
Right.
So I think he's probably got to be the favorite going into it.
Kind of disappointed he didn't really. He's not living up to expectations this season right now, though.
Yeah,
I feel like he could be doing a little more to add to that Timberwolves.
I've never been the biggest fan of LaVine, but I'm not gonna lie, he's had a pretty good rookie year. I mean, he's really raw.
He's been getting a lot. He just got thrown into the fire with
Yeah, he
Rubio.
really did.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
was so
So
much,
he's
like,
not. He
hype
hasn't been
building up
playing
with
his
him.
real role yet.
Yeah. But I got LaVine as the favorite, and I got Oladipo right behind him. I think Oladipo ends up winning, honestly.
I think Giannis wins
Yeah,
it.
I
I think
think
Giannis
it's
is going to
Giannis
do
and
some crazy stuff, man. He's a
something's
Greek
gonna
freak.
happen, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so y'all are taking Giannis.
All right. Yeah. That's who I'm going with.
I'm gonna be smart here and take Oladipo.
Oladipo can throw it. That's the thing. There's no wrong
I'm just
answer.
going with the height over the
length more than anything. Like
I gotta go with that height, man.
yeah.
I mean, but if you're talking height, him and Mason are the same height.
Yeah, but who's got
How
more
scary
bounce?
is that?
Who's got more bounce?
How scary is that they're the
Giannis-
same height?
Giannis has more length to him. Mason has bounce, man.
Giannis's hands
But
like
does
come
he
down to his
also more
knees.
powerful with the dunks, too?
You saw him facial people like you have.
But yeah, I thought you were a Duke fan.
I am.
Wow.
I can't remember seeing really
You don't remember?
Mason Plumlee
Didn't
sticking
he,
out
have,
with dunking.
didn't he have like backwards dunks?
Yeah,
like,
I'm
Yes.
saying, did he actually
Yes.
like power it over someone? That's what I'm asking.
Wow.
Did he actually just
Wow.
dunk on someone?
Don't worry.
back-
The first break I'll give you. I'll
Yes,
have a
sir.
replay.
We could do this.
All right, now the 3-point contest.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, now this
I
one's
love
gonna
this
have some some pretty big names in it. Here are the reported names: Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, Kyle Korver, Wes Matthews, and JJ Redick.
Oh, I didn't know JJ entered. My man.
Those are the
Let's go.
reported names that will
JJ,
be
I
in the
like that.
contest.
That's actually a good shooting.
Who's your
contest.
favorite?
That's
is
a
the
great
question.
shooting contest.
Yeah, that's what we need.
I don't even know if I could pick one of them.
I'm taking Kyle for the win.
I'm taking Kyle too.
Really?
He's just the best pure 3-point shooter. He's
He
shooting
is.
like 55, 56% from three. He's first in
54 to be exact.
yeah, he's first in 3-pointers made, like 11th or 12th
There.
in 3-pointers
You
attempted.
said he's
there.
first. You said he's first in 3-pointers made and third in attempted.
No, he's like 11th or 12th in 3-pointers made or attempted.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Yeah.
you both dare disrespect those Warriors.
Oh, I'm not, but
Oh, we're not, but-
I'm not. But Kyle Korver's just unreal.
You're right.
And how
He's
long
had
has
his
he been-
spurts throughout the NBA career, for real.
He's gotten better
He's
each
had-
year.
Yeah, it's like
he
he's
got
never
better.
getting
His
old.
true shooting percentage is over 70% this
We forgot
season.
he balled with Iverson, like on that
Yeah.
Sixers team.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while.
and the
man.
Bulls
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
He,
Shout out to the
he,
young
he,
boys.
so, all right, so are we all taking Korver?
I'm taking Korver.
I'm saying Kyle.
You know, I know who you want. I know
Kyle,
who.
no, because Steph isn't a set shooter. I'll come to the realization. I'm gonna say
What? Steph's an everything shooter.
He is an everything shooter, but his specialty is on the ball, like just
Oh yeah,
dribbling
yeah,
around and just popping it. But
that's
I'm
true.
gonna go with Clay's Kyle.
Clay, but you see, I knew he wanted to
Yeah,
take Clay.
it-
No shame in that. I just know like you love Clay, and look,
yeah, man.
and I'm glad we had that to talk about because now I think the hottest player in the NBA right now is Klay Thompson. I mean,
Agreed.
I was never before the season started. I thought Clay was a tad overrated. I never thought he would be elite. I still don't know if he's elite, but it's not far fetched to think he is right now.
Right,
And I thought there were better two guards than him. But Clay wasn't worth that 4-year, $70 million contract.
That's
Tell you what,
Yeah, you got ridiculed. In
I
your
did.
mentions for that.
I did, yeah,
Difference.
and I deserved it. Looking back on it,
I was weak when I saw you say you were all in for him. I was weak.
The audacity.
Yeah, but that's
He
why
heard that
I'm
too.
glad I'm wrong. Like because it's been really fun to watch Klay Thompson grow and develop this year. I mean, the guy is probably the second best shooting guard in the NBA right now.
I think we have to congratulate Steve Kerr on part of that also.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. But one thing, I don't mean to rag on Klay. One thing that really does help Klay, I don't think any shooting guard in the NBA can have a more perfect complement of point guard than Klay has in Stephen Curry. So that helps out a ton. And it is kind of fair to wonder, is Klay the best guard on the Warriors? Is he better than Steph?
His reaches are crazy, man.
I'm not saying he is, but
I'm just saying
A
whoever
better guard?
stands like that, like the way, like
I don't make the rules, man. I just call it like
a
I
better
see it.
guard though. A better guard.
I don't know about
Who's
that.
better relative to their position, Klay or Steph?
I think Steph.
I think Steph is the best point guard right now.
Like,
Clay
I
isn't the
think
best
people
shooting guard
kind
right
of
now.
really
Wow.
underestimate
Yeah.
Steph's defensive.
He's gotten better at
prowess,
defense.
man.
Yeah, he's gotten better.
He got significantly better.
Yeah.
And same with Clay, but
Yep.
you gotta understand.
Clay was already a good defender too.
Yeah, he
That's
was a
one
good
thing that always helped him out was his reputation.
So
Mhm.
I'm taking Steph still over Clay, but I've never ever slept on young Bino. Since
Oh,
he
yeah.
came in the
Oh,
league.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Gave Kobe 40 something the first night, I think.
And
Everyone,
I don't
come
have
on,
no
man.
problem-
Young
I'm
guards
just-
love giving Kobe the blues. I mean, he just
Yeah.
says we remind him of himself. Kobe,
Yeah.
you're just washed. Man.
Shout out to Kobe, man. It's all good. I didn't want to see him go out like this, but you know.
I'm ready to see him go.
I remember when I was calling Clay Young Vino when I first played you at 2K.
Vino.
I used the Warriors.
Young Vino.
Come on.
Can we not use Kobe nicknames, man? He gave himself not just one but two nicknames. He
Black
broke
Mamba and Vino,
he
right?
broke the rule of like all-time greats twice. You never give yourself your own nickname.
I don't know, man.
But they stick though. They slide
Because his fans are rabid,
Oh, yeah.
man. All right, so let's run through a couple of headlines real quick. Y'all's favorite guard, Kemba Walker, had surgery and he will be out 6 weeks.
Mhm.
That's a pretty significant injury for the Hornets because they're kind of clinging to dear life. They're without Big Al. They're about 6 or 7 games under 500. They're in the playoffs right now, and realistically, they could still make it in the East.
I think they can do it. I really do. In the Hornets, yeah, they could do that. Without Kemba, man, it's just gonna be tough. But I feel like in the East, they can pull the 8, maybe 7 position.
It's
So,
tough because the Heat just aren't that good, so they could fall out.
Yeah,
The Nets
right.
the Nets I fully expect to fall out. I think Milwaukee is what they are. I think Milwaukee is like a 500 team.
I've said that.
Yeah.
I've said that.
All right. And they're not bad, but they're not
Right. They're
good. I
just-
mean,
not
they're
there yet.
Yeah,
either, though.
they have young talent.
but you know what? They'll give a team trouble in the playoffs. It may not show in the series record. They could lose 4-1, but they'll be competitive, I think, in games. That's a well-coached team. There's talent on that. It's a weird
Yeah.
team, but there's talent on that team. Kevin Durant, other injury news. He's going to be out second straight night with a toe injury.
What's up with that, man? 3 injuries this season, yo.
But we're playing the Knicks tonight. They don't need him.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it's more of a rest thing for him right now.
Right. Because the
They're-
Thunder, at some point, you're going to have to go on a berserk winning streak.
He's very smart right now to get healthy because it's about to be a grueling run after the All-Star break, and that's where a lot of the injuries happen. Seriously, like a lot of the injuries happen after the
Right.
All-Star break. So get right now, and you're about a week out. You got one more week of
Yeah.
games, and then,
And he's been so banged up, before the All-Star break, don't need to put
Yeah.
that much tread on him.
exactly.
Who's
Now-
starting over Kobe in All-Star game?
I would
Did they
imagine.
say
Well,
yet?
Harden, I would hope.
Yeah,
Did
I
they
imagine
say-
it's James.
And then Clay will probably get
Well,
a
him
spot.
and Clay are kind of like flogging each other right now for that
Yeah.
starting.
Well, Kobe's
spot.
going to be out, so an extra guy will get bumped in.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm glad you guys mentioned this because I'm seeing a lot of I read an article on Bleacher Report last night saying DeAndre Jordan has an All-Star case.
Yeah.
And I'm reading just a lot of tweets and stuff saying DeAndre Jordan should be an All-Star because his team is good.
Boogie should be in All-Star.
Boogie should be in the All-Star game, and
first of
and Tim Duncan should be in over DeAndre too. Look, DeAndre Jordan's a role player. Role players don't belong in the All-Star game. DeAndre Jordan's a
Role
solid
players
player.
don't get 19 and 13 though either. And
He's a role player.
Role
Yeah.
players don't.
Yeah, he's
get
a role
close to
player.
winning,
Chris Paul feeds him
Defensive
easy
Player of the year. either.
Sure, playing just defense is exactly the definition of a role player.
Not necessarily if he's getting 19 points too. Like
Chris
Cephalosha
Paul's-
was a role player. But he didn't
Cephalosha
put
was
up
a role
yeah,
player.
He
Yeah.
didn't put. He was
Chris-
great at defense.
He
Tyson
won't put up
Chandler?
numbers like
Yeah.
DeAndre Jordan does,
Yeah,
man.
but DeAndre Jordan's getting easy buckets, so Chris Paul's
Okay,
just feeding him
so
alley oops.
Stop him then.
That's all you gotta do, right?
Stop him then, and then
Uh.
we can talk about his one-dimensionalness.
So are we saying DeAndre Jordan's an All-Star?
I mean, 10 points, 13 rebounds.
I
and
think he
two-
is.
He's a role
two
player,
and a
but
half
role player
blocks.
doesn't mean he's
Role
bad.
player-
That's a top 5 big man, yo.
Yeah.
Reading numbers like that, that's a top 5
Come
big
on.
man, yo.
10
Name me 5 big men better than him.
Come on.
Let's go. Come on.
PER
Come on.
And
Come on.
In the
All
West
right.
alone, I mean, Anthony Davis, Tim Duncan, Marc Gasol,
He
Boogie.
said centers, by the way. Tim Duncan.
He said big man. He said big man.
Okay.
I'm in
And
center.
yes,
My
Tim
bad.
Duncan
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
center.
He's a power forward.
Come
Quit
on
it.
now.
Center.
No, he was
Quit
never.
it.
He was
No,
never
'cause
a center.
Big man.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Center.
Yes,
He
Tim Duncan's a
not
center.
not a center,
He played
son.
the 4 his whole
He's the best.
life.
He's the best power forward of all time. I feel like in nothing.
Tim Duncan
He
doesn't play
cat-
center?
You know he's categorized as power forward.
Yeah,
So don't.
yeah, he's
you're about to be
definitely
And center.
suspended.
Y'all
Come on.
need. Y'all need.
Outside.
No, y'all need league pass, man.
No.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. You
All
said
right,
Boogie.
we're big men. All right, Anthony Davis,
Uh-huh.
Boogie, Tim Duncan, Marc Gasol, Marcus Aldridge,
You're naming power forwards.
I'm naming bigs. Like those are
I
hybrids.
said centers.
Oh my god.
You said bigs.
Nah, I
You
changed
said
it
big
to
men.
centers, though. My bad. I wanted.
Jordan.
All right, well, those
you
were
can't
the.
do
All right.
power
You want to do just centers?
Yeah.
All right. Anthony Davis is a center too. He's capable of.
I give you
All right,
that.
so Anthony
I'll
Davis,
give you that.
Boogie, Dwight, Marc Gasol, Joakim Noah.
But he's in the. He's not in the West though. You said West.
Well, I named like 4 from the West alone. I mean, you said 5 overall.
Oh, well.
Okay.
I was just trying to
I
find
agree
5
with
in the
that. I
West.
just wanted to see it, but I do think DeAndre is definitely, he's definitely producing.
Man, I can't believe you called him a role player.
Yeah,
That's not a bad
Role
thing.
player.
Tyson Chandler's a role player.
Yeah, but he doesn't put the ball in the basket like
He really doesn't.
like
He
He
has
does it.
offensive game.
Almost the same way. Yeah, he has more of an offensive game than DeAndre. That
Jordan-
just helps my argument that DeAndre is
Nah,
spoon-fed
Jordan-
easy buckets.
Jordan has a little bit of an offensive
Not
game.
really.
No, stop. He has some touch around though.
A little bit of touch, but he's no.
Oh,
I mean,
man. What
I'm
about
not
Mitch?
saying he has bricks for feet, but he's not Marc Gasol.
I mean,
He's more of a power dunk. He's
I mean,
more of
you
a
gotta-
power player.
You just tell me this, man. The dude is shooting 73% from the field.
He's getting the easiest buckets.
It's always exceptions. It's always exceptions. with him.
73%.
And like I don't know
making
what
3/4
what do you
of
want
my
from this?
shot.
What do you want
He's
from
shooting.
this?
He's shooting like 2 feet from the basket and getting
No,
alley-oop
He's the
dunks
tallest
all the
man on
time.
the court. What you supposed to do?
6'11", man. 6'11", 285.
That nigga-
265.
He's the 4th or 5th best player in his own team.
Man, you know what? I mean, there's a lot of skill on
This
team.
became more of an argument than I hoped it would. I'm disappointed in you
It's all
guys.
good, man. I just wanted to hear your predictions. That's all.
You're better than this. That's just
I'm better than this? There are people actually saying he should be an all-star over Boogie and Tim Duncan, and I'm better than this? Come on, man.
Oh my gosh, man. DeAndre Jordan said he would be in the dunk contest though if he's an
I'd love
all-star.
to
Just
see him in the
letting you
dunk
know that.
contest. I'd love to see him in the
Yeah, I
dunk
would love to
contest,
see
but
that.
I can.
You talk about a big man.
He's not an all-star. He's not an all-star. Okay.
He's only 26, by the way, man. Don't be Colin Cowherd and have to come back and recant this in 2 years, man.
Recant what?
He's an all-star and he's going to be one.
Okay.
Keep in mind he was picked for almost undrafted too.
Yes, sir.
He was like the 3rd or 4th pick in the 2nd round.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm Tyson.
Yeah.
I read it wrong, by the
Yeah.
way. Yo, man. All right, so what's next?
Is Boogie an all-star?
Yes.
Can I leave with
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
All
you
right.
can definitely
Hashtag
leave
yes.
with that.
All right.
Hashtag yes.
Now, we were just talking about Kevin Durant and the Thunder.
Uh-huh.
I was jokingly calling them the Dunder to Mitch early on in the year when it looked like they definitely weren't going to make the playoffs.
But I
Now,
told you they were.
but it's still not a lock they make the playoffs. I'm still not sure they do. Here are the standings. No, here are the standings in the West right now. Golden State is 1st, Memphis the 2 seed, Portland the 3 seed, Clippers 4th, Houston 5th, Dallas 6th, San Antonio 7th, Phoenix is 8th. New Orleans would be the 9 seed right now, and the Thunder the 10 seed. It's by no means a lock the Thunder make the playoffs. The Suns are a very good team. They play as a team. They're well coached.
I hope they make
The Pelicans have the best player in the NBA this season, who's single-handedly carrying them over 500 despite having the worst coach in the NBA. Thunder don't really have much of a coach. I don't think it's a lock they make the playoffs.
Are they making the playoffs in April?
I say
Will
no.
they make the play- they not
I say
making
no.
it? Wow.
Because if they were really going to get on a run,
You're right. You're right. I feel.
I
the same
think they
exact
would have
way.
already done it.
I really think that run would have come by now at least. Come on, KD or Westbrook got to take charge and just be
I'm
like,
trying to tell y'all, man, the second half of the season is going to be pretty fun, man.
It is.
They're
For a
about
lot
to-
of
It'll be
teams.
interesting.
They'll finish as a 7th seed.
for a lot of teams.
7 seed?
7th, yeah.
No way.
I'm
No.
spewing out hot takes today, man.
Yeah, but some hot takes can be good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, who? They're not going to overtake San Antonio.
Yeah, all those teams right there that you see are already.
The top
It's gonna be
the
Phoenix that
top
just
7 are locked. The
losses.
West, honestly, the West playoff race is almost entirely decided already
Yeah,
because
I
the
was about
top
to say,
7 are.
those numbers right there. Are
You're
basically set.
You're only going to see change between the 2 and
I say
6
number
seeds.
8 position.
I said-
All those top 7 are going to be there. Who else is changing?
I think Portland could fall because of their injuries. I think the Clippers could maybe bump up to 2 or 3. I think Houston maybe bumps up to 3 or 4. I think Dallas stays at 6 because they're just so bad defensively against good teams, which we'll touch on a little bit with our pick of the night.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas. I think Dallas is about what they are. I think they're about a 51-50, a really good team, but at the end of the day, I love them as a dark horse contender. I really applauded Mitch's like dark horse contender pick early on this season, but it's just something about Dallas. I can't.
To look up. Oh no!
I
You'll
can't-
see, man. You'll see.
No, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I love this Dallas team. Like,
no. Because this is a very different squad this year. It feels
yeah.
like Dirk is fully
Oh.
healthy now. So he's getting back to his.
But their depth. They have no depth though,
They got Alpha
and that was
Luke.
already that was already a problem before the Rondo trade, and they've really kind of killed their And Rondo's been pretty much a net zero when you look up, the impact he's made on the Mavs. Like he hasn't been bad for the Mavs, but his impact has been marginal.
Yo, the Nuggets need to waive Jameer so he can go back to the Mavericks.
The Nuggets have Jameer now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think I'm in the Nate Robb trade.
Jameer's been on 3 different teams this season, man. He's been on like 20 total. That's crazy.
He needs to just retire, man.
He was on the Celtics, right?
Yeah, we got him in the
Nah,
Mavs
Jameer's
trade,
Still nasty.
Okay.
and that's the end of tonight's show.
Ah.
All right. So, but Phoenix, man, they're the 8th seed. They're not going anywhere. Phoenix is here to stay. I mean, they may not rip
Okay.
off sexy win streaks like you see with the Hawks right now, but this is a good team. They were a 48 win team last
I
year.
really think
Yeah.
the Thunder can get a 10 to 12 game win streak going on, man.
All
I
right,
really
well,
think they can get that.
Here you go. Here's
I
tonight's
know.
game against the Knicks.
I feel like the pieces just aren't there. Honestly, I feel like KD and Westbrook really are those players on the team that really have to just put so much pressure
Exactly.
onto bringing that team up. And I just don't think that they're strong enough to do that, especially in the West, man.
And who's to
Let's
say
be
the
real.
Who's to say the Pelicans can't, finish slightly above 500 too?
Yep.
I mean, Anthony Davis is, I keep saying that he's been the best player in the NBA this season. He has the highest PER.
Mhm.
His offense is, we all know his offense is a cross between KG and Tim Duncan. And then his defense, his guys in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
There
this
is talent on the
DeAndre
Pelicans. I
Jordan.
mean, talent can overcome bad coaching.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not like there isn't talent on the Pelicans. It's just poorly constructed, and they have a really bad coach, and they have, a once-in-a-generation player. So the Pelicans are being an interesting roadblock for the Thunder.
Well, they'll get an easy win with the Knicks, and it all can start with a win tonight like that.
Sure.
Just getting your confidence up. I could really see them going on a streak sooner or later here. I'm not counting them out, and I think they'll get that 8 seed at least.
All right. Speaking of winning streaks, Cleveland has been on a 7-game winning streak. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Well, so yeah, basically they've won 7 straight since LeBron came back. They're the 5th seed in the East right now. Here's the East standings. There's whenever the West standings right now, and it's a pretty big drop off, just as there is in the East between 1 and 2. Number 1 is the Atlanta Hawks. 2 are the Wizards, who are 6 games behind them, 6.5 games. Toronto's a 3 seed. Chicago's a 4 seed. Cleveland's a 5th seed. Milwaukee is the 6th. And then 7 and 8, Miami and Charlotte, both under 500. And you've got teams like the Pistons and wow. The Celtics have a higher winning percentage than the Pistons.
Oh, wow.
That saddens me. We should be tanking, man.
Yeah, I say at this point it's y'all in the Lakers.
I love it.
Top franchises. That's crazy.
Yeah, well.
2022.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that what Hassan Whiteside's max contract going to run through?
Oh, Hassan.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Hassan.
Miami stinks. I'm sick of the notion that they were going to be sneaky good this year. They're a
Just
playoff
crazy.
team.
And let me tell you this: Dwayne Wade is stellar with the success.
Dwayne Wade's good. Like, Dwayne Wade's not the problem. I don't know why. I get, like, Heat fans not accepting this, but go on.
Dwayne Wade has always been stellar and always been successful when he has a center alongside of him.
I just say that LeBron, I just never knew how valuable one person can be on a team. Like LeBron just shows.
LeBron
how
was
valuable
that
he
team.
is
Yeah.
To team. Like look at Cleveland when he left and what.
Yeah,
he did
exactly.
when he left, and just how Miami just all of a sudden.
And that's why the whole narrative, like, oh, LeBron needed Bosh and Wade to win rings,
Right.
was like, 1, it's a team sport anyway, and 2, they needed him a lot more than he needed them, as it shows.
They didn't realize that until now. Basically.
Because they made almost really no good additions this offseason. No one's really paid off.
Right.
And they thought that the thinking was, all right, you bring in McBob, you bring in Luol Deng, Danny Granger, you draft Shabazz Napier. Still a 46, 47 win respectable team.
Yeah.
I always thought that was, BS, and that no one should have ever really bought into that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pile on, Mitch. I'm just the narrative conqueror.
I mean, it is the truth, though.
But, lucky for them, they play in the East. But back to Cleveland. Can they, they're not going to win the rest of their games all season, but can they keep up this pace?
What is it? They're on a 9-game, 8 games?
7-game winning streak.
7-game winning streak. I say they'll get a mere 12, 13.
To me, it's not so much about the winning streak as,
Yeah.
do we think they can, maybe crack the top 3 or 4 seeds in the East? I mean, because I'm not huge on Toronto. I mean, they're a good team, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if they lost in the first round.
I say top 3. I think they could definitely pull that 3 position.
They're 5 games behind the Wizards. 3.5 games behind the Bulls.
They can definitely switch with the Bulls.
I think they can finish top 4, yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Raptors went on some sort of skid.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Raptors skid. I don't see Washington going on a skid, honestly.
The Hawks, anyone?
No, they're
No,
not.
no. I think the East crown is pretty much determined already. But I almost think Cleveland is better off finishing the 5th seed because then they would get a 4 seed in the first round. I think they would easily beat a team like Chicago or especially Toronto in the first round.
Trouble with Chicago.
They would have trouble. They would have trouble, but I mean,
I feel like the most exciting series like this year right now would be the Cleveland and Washington to start off. That would be epic to see.
That would be a good first round. I just don't want the Wizards falling that far to the 4th seed though.
No, they don't deserve that.
No. But if a team like the Pistons, and I really hope they can get it together, man, because I love the way they've been playing overall since Josh Smith got hurt. That Brandon Jennings injury might be the nail in the coffin in their playoff hopes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I hope it's not because I'd love to see Steve Van Gundy back in the playoffs, one of the best coaches in the game. I'd love to see the Pistons in the playoffs. I think they would give actually a pretty good series to the Hawks. I think the Hawks would.
It just kind of saddens me that Andre Drummond isn't. I feel like he was supposed to be the next.
Hey, he's coming along, man.
He's coming along. Yeah, but I feel like
his hype was always overrated. I don't know if he's. I think he's between DeAndre and Dwight Howard. I think that's what his ceiling is, somewhere between those two.
Yeah, man, he should definitely be there by now. But
yeah, it's only his 3rd year in the league, and he was considered really raw coming out of UConn too.
Yeah, I feel like he's supposed to.
He was only 18 when he came out.
Yeah.
So 21 now.
Yeah, young. We have the same exact birthday, by the way, 8/10/93. Let's go, boy. But anyways, yeah, Andre Drummond is definitely on the rise, man. And
I like him.
I think he's gonna be a top 7, top 8 center eventually.
I like it. You can argue he is right now.
Arguable.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I probably wouldn't. When it comes down to it, I probably wouldn't. But I mean, if someone had him 8 or 9, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
All right, now sticking with the East. Speaking of Cleveland, LeBron, obviously. That team goes as he goes. Now, before we talk about LeBron, I'm going to give credit to Kyrie Irving. I've never been the biggest Kyrie Irving fan. I've always thought and still kind of think he's a bit overrated. But he's been playing really well lately, and he's starting to settle into that sidekick role. Like, he's LeBron's protege. Follow my lead. Like,
this is the formula, man. This
exactly.
Is how it's supposed to be. Kyrie's supposed to take that back position. This is what happened with Dwayne and LeBron.
Exactly.
How they mapped up the blueprint to win the championships. Dwayne pulled him to the side and said, "This is his team, man." Yeah, I think.
That was the big hurdle with it because LeBron was coming to a team loaded with 2 young guys and Dion and Kyrie who already couldn't really coexist, and they both wanted to be the man. And it's hard for young guys like that who haven't even entered their prime yet, who are really talented and want to show that they can be the man. And you saw that with Dion. I think that was for the best that he got out of Cleveland. I don't think he can.
JR has definitely been improved.
Because and you know what JR is, and JR knows what he is. JR may have nights where he thinks he's a star, but at the end of the day, JR knows he's a microwave off the bench who needs to just get hot and score some points.
Yeah, but that's also
volume shooter.
Needs. Yeah, that's also what Cleveland needs, a shooter like that.
Yeah, and Mozgov has been an excellent pickup for Cleveland. That's where Blatt deserves credit because Blatt coached him in Russia, and this was a Blatt trade. Obviously David Griffin is a GM. People always say LeBron's a GM, and I've never bought that. I think that's a really annoying narrative. This is a Blatt move.
Completely forgot Varejao was on the team too.
Yeah, and he's out for the season, unfortunately. We'll see how much that hurts him in the playoffs.
They were rumored to be trying to get Dallenberg, but they obviously got Miles.
Yeah. I would have rather see them get Costa Kufas, but if they couldn't get him, Mozgov was the best option after that. So I like that trade for Cleveland. Now, can LeBron win the MVP? Is he in the race right now?
I would never count LeBron out.
Is he in the race?
Yeah, BDavis just said not to count him out, man. He's here.
Yeah, man. Top 5. I definitely say he's top 5.
Okay. Harden is still my MVP. Same.
That man.
Steph, AD. I mean,
Marc Gasol.
That's 4.
John Wall.
You could arguably make a case for that too.
Who?
John Wall being an MVP candidate.
Yeah, arguably. Because if LeBron is arguably
what about Clay?
Top 5. Yeah, Clay can. Yeah.
Do Clay and Steph cancel each other
they're
out?
candidates. We all know they're not gonna probably.
I feel like,
win.
and I've always felt like that. I was like, it's who's more valuable.
Are they going to cancel each other out in MVP voting? In a
Wow,
way, like
that's
meaning like
crazy.
will Clay hurt Steph's MVP chances and Steph hurt Clay's MVP chances because they're both really good and
It's
they're
kind of like Russell and KD. Like
in a way, yeah. Although the media
I swear Russell
Don't
was.
you
prefers
dare say
KD.
it.
No, I'm just saying.
I swear Russell had that MVP, man.
Yeah,
he did.
he was my pick to
But
win it
you know
going
what
into the
happened
season.
with Russell? He started going through a phase. He was playing a lot of good point guards.
And I think it's.
Like,
I truly
back to
believe
back.
it was because KD came back though.
Nah, I just think he started forcing it a lot.
And that injury.
Yeah,
An injury.
If you were watching like against the Warriors, it seemed like he was just forcing everything. I'm like, Russell, you have natural ability. Just let it come to you, man. Like you don't have to force a baseline drive. Like
Game
you can.
decisions.
But the thing about the beauty of Westbrook is like he'll take such a horrible pull up jumper and then he'll jump over like a 7-foot center and get the offensive rebound.
Exactly.
And it's just like the whole, show when it comes to Russ.
Yeah, and
It's
I'm
just
fine.
nonstop.
I buy into it and I'll invest in that. Sure. Definitely be my franchise point guard.
All right, so let's do a little MVP ranking then. How about let's do our top 5 MVP and see if they've changed really at all from last week. My top 5 would be Harden, Steph, Gasol. It gets tough after 3.
It does. It
Uh,
truly does. This is.
John Wall, LeBron.
Okay.
I got Steph.
But
James-
Clay's right there.
Yeah. It's James Harden, Marc Gasol. I'm gonna have to go with AD and then LeBron.
Ooh.
LeBron, like I said, I'm not counting him out, man. He can get
Oh,
into that top 3.
I need to
position.
redo mine.
Oh god.
I got to put AD back in mine.
Mhm.
AD's 4th. Bump
Yeah.
out Wall, put LeBron 5th.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
man.
He's single-handedly running that.
Exactly.
team
Yeah,
right now,
I
so.
bump out AD and keep Wall in there because Wall has meant the most to his team, man, and AD has too. But Wall has meant a ton to that team, and if they don't have him, they're not winning 31 games at this point in the season.
You're right.
That's
He's taking
true.
This game to a whole nother level. Like I understand they have Beal, they have Gortat, they have Nene, they have Pierce, but at the same time,
This is where I'm about to get you though. You
Woo!
take out Wall, and you take out LeBron, or you take out AD. I'm sorry.
If you take out AD, the Pelicans don't have 10 wins this season.
Exactly. Now you look at the MVP voting like that. I feel like that's the way the MVP voting. should
but
always
if you
look
take
at.
if you take out Wall, you have what 2011, 2012 season.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wiz aren't a top 2 or 3
you
seed in the
have-
East.
What you have is Bradley Beal, Nene, Gortat.
And if
Paul
Woodman is
Pierce.
such a good coach, like I'm told, then
Yeah,
I
he
think
should- he could still do that,
then the
man.
Wiz are probably at the same spot the Bucks are at right now, maybe a little better than
Yep.
that. Probably about the same spot Cleveland's at.
Oh,
I'm not
man.
bashing Wall. You know, I
No.
just said Wall's an MVP candidate. I love John Wall, best point guard in the East, top 5 point guard in the NBA, maybe the best point guard soon in a couple of years.
But
Anthony Davis is the best player in the NBA, and the Pelicans are god awful aside from
Yeah,
him.
the fact that he's just single-handedly had
Mo-
3 rebounds or 3 blocks.
you know,
a game.
good.
Monty
Talking
Williams-
about Tyreek the other week.
I said Tyreek is nice too.
Monty Williams should be proud of himself because his coaching is so bad that it helps out Anthony Davis's MVP campaign.
Oh man,
I love it. I cannot wait till the end of the season.
I'm loving the season right now.
Yeah, I mean, I am definitely appreciate
especially watching the Hawks, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Just
B
had
to
to
watch.
say that
B's
again.
gonna watch.
The
You know
Hawks.
what's gonna happen? The
The
Hawks are probably gonna
Hawks.
lose, and then B's gonna text me like all throughout the game.
I'm telling you, man.
That's gonna happen.
Like they're not on it. What are they? 16 right now?
It's I think it's 16.
They're on a 16-game winning streak.
The Hawks.
I mean, they're the
man.
best team in the NBA right now.
Who could say this was happening? I'm so confused. I really am.
I didn't
tell you.
I didn't think they'd be this good, but I certainly thought the Hawks were gonna be a
Yeah,
really good
like-
team
Same with
this
the
year.
Warriors. Like
I thought the
we
Warriors
all
were
said-
gonna be a team that because the West is so
honest-
crowded. We all
honestly,
thought.
I was like, and I said it at the beginning of the season. I said this is the team that if anybody is gonna implode this year, if they
I
don't
said
get it
that
together.
too. I said that
If they
too.
don't get it together, then they're about to have to like.
I thought it would be them or the
move a few
Rockets.
things.
I thought it'd be them or the Rockets this year. That would be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
they
still think
showed
Houston
that.
can implode, but
The guys
neither
on-
has so far.
Nah.
The guys on NBA on TNT are still saying that the Rockets they don't think are contenders.
I don't either.
I really am.
We
When I
need
thought
to get
about
Jason
it, I was
Move
just
out
like,
that starting lineup, man.
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
he's been cooking off the bench, but it's something about this Rockets. I mean, they're just not as good as other teams.
I just have that kind of feel with the Hawks too. Like it's like they're not as scary. They're not intimidating.
First of all, they
in
need
the
to get
East right
Terrence
now.
Jones back.
Well, the Hawks have beaten almost every. I mean, they've played about 6 or 7 Western playoff teams last year, and they've beaten
But I
almost
think
every one.
I think you do really have to take into the fact that 7-game series like that really does tire teams out. So it's like, yeah, you can get these wins now, but on a home floor and on a 7-game winning or series. Like this is what I'm saying. Like I just don't see the Hawks.
The way the Hawks
They're not
play
scary
is
to do that.
it's
To come
not-
into their house.
it's not
to the
it's
Warriors'
not
house
about it's.
and do something.
I
like
think
that.
I think any team
Yeah.
watching them right now would be
Yeah,
scared.
man. I
I
mean, they're
think so.
looking good because I said this.
So what do you
last
think
week,
has been
the
the key to
Cavs,
their success then?
They're just playing good basketball, man. I go
Great
back to
basketball.
great basketball.
Beautiful
I
basketball.
go
So
back to the-
what did the San Antonio Spurs do to win last year?
They're Spurs East.
They were. You cannot. Don't you dare tell me you're comparing the Spurs and the Hawks.
They
Okay,
are.
I
they're
feel like-
coached. They're coached.
Hey, we
coached
need-
under Popovich for
We
18
definitely need
years.
a break because I gotta show
Their coach has credibility. Right now, this coach right now is looking good, but you cannot.
Budenholzer
say,
is a top 5 coach. Budenholzer is the coach of the year winner right now.
exactly.
It would almost be unanimous, I think, because as great as Steve Kerr's been, that Warriors team was already like really good.
Oh man,
Budenholzer has built this.
Yeah, I'll show you a play where you're gonna be like, whoa.
I just really think that I got to see this in the playoffs. That's all.
You will. You will.
We
Like,
have
I'm
seen this
excited for
happen
you.
before, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm excited for you.
The Cavs 2000.
This isn't the Cavs vote, B.
I'm just saying though. This
This
that's
isn't
the best
them.
analogy you can.
How
Really
is
use.
that
No,
the best
it's
analogy?
not
because you can't sit here.
It's
and
not
say
because
that the
very
Spurs and the Hawks play alike as opposed.
They
to,
do. It's
I mean,
not.
yeah, they're a
No,
complete
we're not
team.
saying they have the results. We're just saying they play the same style of
They play the same
basketball.
style of
Right,
basketball.
but I'm talking about as far as the Cavs have doing so good during the season.
LeBron did good during the
LeBron.
season. Mike Brown is
Right.
one of the worst
Let me
coaches
show
I've
you
ever
that
seen.
2000
But I'm saying it's possible that they can flunk once they get into the
Not if
playoffs.
they have
No.
a better lineup than them. Let me show you that.
No, because there's
2007 lineup
because
stuff.
no team below the 5th seed is going to stunt the Hawks.
Dude.
No, the 2007 was when they went to the finals. I'm talking about when like the Celtics, when they lost against like the Celtics or whatever. 2008.
Or
That lineup was
2008.
trash.
Yeah.
That was like Anthony Parker and all them, Mo Williams.
2009.
Was that Anthony Parker, Mo Williams?
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
them?
Like
Okay.
08.
That lineup
08.
was
Yeah.
trash, man.
Yeah.
It was. Anthony
But
Parker
like
looked
the year before that, when he
good, like,
the year
this
before
shooting
that,
guard.
when LeBron went to the finals with the Cavs, this isn't the right comparison because they just play so well. Like this is a good team. No one would tell you that team Cleveland had was good. Anyone would tell you that was LeBron carrying that team, and
But
he
you-
had a bad coach in Mike Brown.
But you also don't hear people right now saying that the Hawks. Like I'm picking the Hawks to win the whole thing. Like I really haven't been hearing that. It's just
Because
the
not
Hawks
enough
are
people
hot
have
right
watched
now.
them. It's simple. I
So
mean,
why is that? Why aren't people watching the Hawks?
Because
Why are
Because
people
they-
spending
the
that money?
ESPN games, but
because
they do it now.
because one, Atlanta isn't really a huge sports market. It's
Right.
never really been, and people just think that style of basketball is boring. Like it's the same reason people don't like to watch the Spurs. It's the same reason people underestimated the Spurs throughout the years. The media isn't always right.
They're the best team looking.
They're the
they're
best.
good
They're the
looking-
best team in the East.
Right,
That
I
much
was-
is
yeah,
certain. I
I
don't.
would definitely
Yeah.
say that.
At
But-
worst, the 3rd best team in the NBA right now. They're 37-8. They're on a 16-game winning streak.
Mhm.
They just play complete basketball. Maybe 4 guys from that team will make the All-Star game.
Yeah. They have a very high chance to do that. And I've got the gifts pulled up to show them the offense, by the way.
They don't miss a
Once
single
it's-
pass in transition.
It's crazy, man. Can't tell me nothing about that offense. Yo, wow. I'm sorry.
The Hawks. I can't
See,
believe
Mitch
this, man.
appreciates the Hawks. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, boys. Let's do some Wednesday night pick 'em.
All right, bet.
Y'all got your picks?
Wizards and the Suns, and we got who else was playing tonight?
We got 11 games tonight.
Oh, we got it.
We've got 11 games, man.
So we
Not the
about
best
to-
right.
ESPN picks, but hey,
All right. Now we've got. Hold on. Let me pull up the scoreboard so I know who's at home.
Well, the Hawks are
All right.
late, so.
We've got Celtics at Timberwolves. Picking the Wolves to win this one just because I want the
with
Celtics to
Wolves?
tank.
Yeah, Wolves taking that.
Pick T Wolves.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Like we need a tank. We
I'm
have no
sorry,
business.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Danny Ainge just needs to tank, man.
Thank you.
At this point, hey,
Tank.
Jaleel. I think Jaleel's going to LA though. I do see like the Okafor is going to be #1 pick.
The
next season.
offensive minded.
Mhm.
Cool. And we'll take Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow.
The Blazers.
See ya.
The Blazers at the Cavs.
Ooh, that should be on TV, man.
Blazers.
I'm picking the Cavs.
I'm picking the Cavs too.
Picking the
The
Cavs.
Blazers will break the streak of the Cavaliers.
Oh no.
Nah, man.
no.
Because the Blazers are just so banged up and Batum is just so bad.
Who's out for the Blazers right now?
Well, Marcus Aldridge is out for this one, isn't he?
Yeah, he got hurt like.
No,
sometime.
actually,
Or is he-
he's been playing.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I know he played against the Wizards.
Okay, he came back.
Robin
Wes
Lopez
Matthews
is
still
out. Still,
That's okay.
no, it's
Robin
not.
Lopez.
That's Mozgov.
He's
So
good.
Mozgov
I
has
know
the
he's
Are we?
advantage.
Come on, man. We can't have Robin
They
Lopez.
just size him in 2K. That's why I don't like him.
I think he's better than Brooke.
Uh-huh.
But
No, he's less injury prone. That's it.
Brooke can't rebound, man.
Hey, yeah.
No.
And
If you're 7'1" and you're averaging like 6 rebounds a game, and it's not because you're boxing out really well, you can't rebound.
Oh no, he calling you out, Robin.
Mitch knows. I mean, but all right, Pistons, Sixers. I'm picking the Pistons, but I feel like the Sixers are going to win this game.
Yeah, I really don't even care to pick a prediction from them, to be honest. But I'm gonna say the Sixers will come out of that one.
All right, they'll get win number 9. You think?
We're number 9 of the season. This team.
That's more than I thought they would have at this
team
point.
right here.
That's more than I thought they would have at this point.
I don't know.
I picked the opposite of the Sixers.
You picked the Pistons.
Yeah.
I picked them too.
Mm.
Kings at Raptors. Boogie's coming to Canada.
Rap.
Yeah, rap.
I got the Raptors too. I'd love to see the Kings win that one though.
Rap City.
Hey,
Rap City.
let's get it.
Nets at Hawks. Nationally televised on ESPN,
Do we
8
really have
p.m.
to pick this one? Jesus, Brooklyn.
No, we don't because the Hawks are going to win this probably by 20.
Probably. And I don't need to say anymore.
Yeah.
Just go on to the next
Yeah.
Mavs at Rockets. I got the Rockets winning this one.
I'm gonna say the Mavs. I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna say the Mavs.
It's just the Mavs defense is not good against good teams.
They have
So
Monte Ellis, man.
They have
that's fine. Rockets have James
they also
Harden.
have Tyson still again.
They got Chandler as well.
Rockets got Dwight Howard.
We got JJ Barea coming off the bench. My dark horse is still in.
JJ Barea coming off the bench. Oh.
No, don't you dare! You wasn't saying this in 2011.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to say that in 2011 though.
Exactly. Maybe you take him over Eddie House as your backup point guard.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. I would. Well, wait, wasn't Eddie House?
Okay, I know.
Oh, you got the ring.
Wasn't he a Heat legend?
Wow. He was on the Heat.
Yeah.
He didn't get the ring.
Nah, he didn't. Nuggets Pelicans
He was on the team.
On the Celtics, he got a ring, right?
because he was on the team.
Yeah, he was just on the
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
True.
He would come in and make some plays. bro.
Yeah.
He's not gonna
Yeah.
slight Eddie though.
Side note, Paul Pierce is so likable on the Wizards.
Yeah, because I used to hate him, man.
I
It's
could
just
not-
like he fits. I mean, he just fits there now. But it's
Yeah,
just
I
like
couldn't-
I really did not like.
I
Paul
could not
Pierce.
stand him on the Nets, and I could not stand him on the Celtics. Go ahead.
Seeing him on the Nets was weird.
It really.
He
was.
played well for them, but it was
The
weird.
fact
Like,
that he
get
only.
your butt back on.
Yeah, the fact that he was just there for 1 year, like
Yeah.
it just didn't belong. That's all.
Nuggets Pelicans. I got the Pelicans in this one.
Nuggets and Pelicans. Yeah, I got the Pelicans.
Good
too.
matchup though. Yusuf Nurkic, Anthony Davis.
Yusuf Nurkic, man. He's a banger.
This is my
man.
sleeper. This is
He's
my
a
sleeper.
bruiser.
We did a podcast for the draft last summer, and this was my sleeper. Like this dude is really good. I think he's honestly gonna emerge as like a top 3 candidate for rookie of the year. It's already locked
He keeps
up.
dropping this because he knows, like, he's like, yo, let me hold on to this.
Hey,
Because-
yo.
What? I mean,
Nah,
I mean, Thunder Knicks. Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder.
If Melo is playing tonight, though, it's not inconceivable that the Knicks win. I mean, KD's
it'll
out.
be closer, but
Thunder.
I still think the Thunder.
I got
will
Thunder
pull
too.
away.
Hornets, Spurs. B's probably gonna pick the Hornets. I got the Spurs.
No, I'm gonna go with the Spurs.
Oh wait, no, wait. Who is ripping on the Spurs? Mitch was saying
Ooh.
that the Thunder overcome the Spurs.
I said the what?
Yeah,
Oh no!
you got the Spurs winning against the
Spurs
Hornets
beating
tonight.
the Hornets, Mitch.
Oh, I got the Spurs beating them.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs like sat like in their big 3
Yeah.
and lose
Oh,
this
yeah,
game.
But then again, they tried that last year, and that didn't end well.
Clippers, Jazz. The Jazz are 16-29.
Yeah, but they're.
I'm
the
actually,
Jazz.
And
like-
I'm taking them tonight.
Yeah,
Really?
But they're still the Jazz. I'm taking the Clippers. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of talent on this Jazz team, by the way. And if they weren't bad, Derek Favors' progression this season would get more attention, I think. He's really
Mhm.
stepped up this year. Mitch knows he was my early season prediction for most improved player of the year. And he'll certainly be in the running, but he's not going to get it because his team won't make the playoffs. But I got the Clippers too. But Jazz are fun to watch. A lot of young talent on that team. And then our late game for the night, last one, Wizards at Phoenix. This will be on at 10:30 on ESPN after the Hawks game. Mitch, I know you probably got the Wizards, right?
You know that.
Okay.
They pulled off the one last night off of a near triple-double by John
Yeah.
Wall.
Y'all aren't supposed to sleep when the sun's out.
Yeah, that's true.
I got
Oh,
the
that was
Wizards.
corny.
I got the Wizards coming out of that
Yo,
one
there's a
too,
tomato
man.
coming through the window.
Ah, shit. I got the Wizards coming out of that one, man. I think that's.
I've got Phoenix winning this one, and here's my little stat I provided for this game. The Wizards are 3-6 against Western Conference teams that had a winning record last season. I'm not sold on the Wizards.
Such a Sports Center fact.
I'm not.
A pointless.
I
fact,
like the
bro.
Wizards. Like they're for real in a sense, but like they're a good playoff team. But they've struggled against good teams. I mean, this is true.
They have. I will say that.
Mitch may not be having it, but it's true.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I've seen enough of the Wizards to say that.
I like the
team-
Wizards.
that if this
I
team
do
is
too.
held
See,
up-
he's
That
gonna
is a
he's gonna
point.
make
That
me
is a
he's
good
gonna
point,
make me
though,
feel
yeah.
like a Wizards hater.
Yeah,
No.
It is a good point to put out there, though.
Oh, y'all saying I'm ruining this for y'all?
No, I like the Wizards too, man. It's
Oh.
just
Nah,
they are having trouble beating elite teams.
It's not like they can't
Nah,
beat
If
good
they're,
teams,
the
but
top two in the East right now, they should be able to play with anybody. I feel like.
I agree.
They beat the heck out the Cavs earlier this season. Granted,
And
they
the
got
Cavs
beat.
really haven't been a
Cavs
good
haven't
team all
gotten
year,
together
though.
all the way yet.
They were a 500 or
Yeah,
below 500 team before I
They,
beat them.
they,
We gotta be.
they narrowly lost. I'll give them that. They did lose to the Spurs late in the game. They beat the Rockets on the road in a very tough environment.
They struggled to beat the Lakers last night.
They struggled to beat the Lakers, but I mean, like the Hawks
Although
struggled to beat the Pistons the other
But
day.
historically, the Lakers do play better without Kobe, so I'll give them
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. So, man, speaking of Kobe, the surgery was successful. 9 months is the prognosis, so he won't be back until around
the start.
Yeah.
So get
We
ready
all
for the
do that.
cheesy Nike commercials and cheesy
We all do
tweets.
that.
What's Kobe's future? What do we see it?
They said he's
Is he done or does he come back?
$30 million in cap this summer. What do you think? Who do you think they'll get, if anybody? Who do you think they'll be able to get to come there? And the same with New York. That's my question.
Okay, the Lakers aren't going to get anybody. I mean, they'll
Yeah.
overpay. No one wants to play with Kobe, and no one wants to play for Byron Scott. I mean, Byron Scott's the highest ranking employed Kobe stan there is.
I don't think nobody really is going to play in New York either. Though. Who really wants to
I
come
think
play
New
with
York,
them?
though-
I think they're about to put some things together.
I think
my
that
pick.
I think they're going to get Marcus Gasol. I really do. As
Really?
much as it pains me to say, I think they're going to get Marcus Gasol.
They really have to put together a lot for the.
You know what they may do?
They got money.
They may Marcus Gasol is number one option.
I think
That's who
Draymond
they
Green
want.
too.
Draymond is number two.
Dra-
Tobias Harris wants to be in New York, so Tobias is going there. I know that for a fact.
He may not even be a starter there though.
Tobias is going. That's fine though. They need bench players.
Yeah, but I
Maybe-
want to see Tobias be a starter.
Tobias
Just
deserves
someone
to
that
be
likes
a starter.
Tobias's game. I want to see him start.
But I don't want him starting out of position though.
That's true. That's a good point.
I rather honestly the way the Knicks need to set up. They need somebody coming up. They don't have JR anymore. They don't have anybody on the bench. So
That's true.
I'll take them signing Draymond and Mark as a step in the right direction, but I think they need to get Calderon and all them off the books too.
Yeah, they've been trying to trade Calderon, but that contract is just so hard to trade.
It is. They may just have the amnesty in there.
Nah.
If
Do you want to really pay him that much just to go away? I don't.
I mean,
I
honest,
wouldn't.
like they
Yeah,
like
not
Shane.
really.
Never mind.
I mean, the Knicks can't. I mean, a rebuild isn't supposed to be just all right. We'll suck for 1 year, maybe two, then bam, we're good. You just got to take your time.
So what's up with Shane Larkin then?
He's not a
He
starting
was
NBA
never
point
ready.
guard.
He was never ready.
He's
to
not-
come
he
to
was
the
never-
league. I've always said
He's
that.
not an NBA starting point guard. I like him. I loved him in Miami.
They
He was
need
fun
to
to
make
watch.
Tim Hardaway the full-time starter there next year.
I think he was the same as
No.
Peyton Siva. Honestly, I feel like Peyton Siva wasn't ready to come out of Louisville.
Well, no, it's
Well,
not so much.
Peyton
It's
was
not
there
so
for
much.
8
It's
years.
not so.
he had
It's
to
not
come
so
back.
much not being ready. It's just some guys you could tell are NBA starters, and some you just look at.
Shane Larkin was not an NBA star.
No, and that's why I think people get so attached to these players that are really good in college. Like if they're really good in college for 3 or 4 years, chances are they're probably not NBA starters because if you're one and done,
right.
you're probably a
It'll
highly
show.
touted NBA prospect.
Yeah, it'll show.
2 years max because you got guys like Marcus Smart and Cody Zeller maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Draymond I think is going to be the most interesting free agent this summer because he's a stretch four that can play defense. I mean, what teams are going to go after him? The Knicks.
Saying Draymond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure the Lakers will probably
The
try to
Knicks
get
are
him.
going after Draymond. I know that a team.
Golden State would love to re-sign him, of
I know
course.
that the Magic may go after Draymond as well.
That'd be an interesting signing.
The Magic.
Yeah.
You're gonna have cap space.
Evan Fournier may be able to be a starter in this league. I mean, he
Over
is right
who
now.
on that team though? I
I mean,
mean,
there's
not in the
nobody right
Magic.
now.
Yeah, not in the Magic.
But I mean, he's a good two-way player though.
Yeah, no, I like Evan Fournier. Never thought the Nuggets should have traded him.
So I'm saying, can he be that starter for them?
Evan Fournier?
And then just get Draymond to play.
Nah,
What
because
position are you recruiting Draymond?
Why would you want to shift
Stretch
Draymond?
four. He's
Why
a
would you
four.
want to why would you want to shift where he normally plays at, though? You don't want to do that. As if he's been playing
Draymond
this
can
for
play
a
the three.
long
I don't
time.
think he'd be opposed to playing the three, but I think clearly
Yeah,
stretch
no.
four is his best position.
Yeah, he don't belong down low like that. I don't think now in the NBA. It's too many big men now that's just so established. I feel like trying to guard them in the power forward position.
But he does all right when he guards them though.
What, power forwards?
Power forwards and center.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Draymond is a stretch four that can defend. That's why he's so valuable. I mean, Draymond really might get a max contract.
Yeah, he may get a max contract.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Same with they've talked about Wesley Matthews getting one too.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be coming back to
He's
Portland.
not a max player. I'll just say that.
He's
right
a
now.
two-way
He's not a
shooting
max
guard, though.
player, but
Actually, Wesley could end up somewhere like New York. Honestly,
I don't want that for him, man. I love Wesley Matthews. I love this Portland team.
But him alongside Carmelo would be a pretty nice combo.
Sure.
Carmelo's still not
When has
giving up
Melo
that-
ever had a good combo with
I'm
anybody?
about to say,
J.R.
Carmelo's
Smith
still not
and
giving up
Exactly.
that ball. Him and Iverson could have been something special, man.
Iverson.
That was never a good
that
combo.
Nuggets team,
You don't think so?
That Nuggets team actually put up a lot of points. Though.
Yeah, I was
It's a
about to say, you don't
miracle,
think that was
yeah,
good?
but it's a miracle
Iverson
that
put up 26.
no,
Yeah,
but
that
that was
was-
just such a like hot-headed team. It's a miracle that George Karl got out of that team when he was able to.
George Karl could have did something with that team too. I forgot
They
he was
were
a coach.
calling him.
And by the way, I wish George Karl was back in the NBA.
He'll be back soon. But
Yeah, they're gonna.
The Magic?
Sources.
They're gonna pull him back down.
The Magic?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I'd like to see him with the Magic.
Wait, so what didn't you like about them? Iverson.
Well, that Nuggets
Melo?
team in general is just aside from Chauncey, it was just a bunch of knuckleheads
they
who wanted
had
to score.
They had Chauncey too.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, and they only made it to the Western Conference, right? France. I think they did.
once they made it once, past the
Yeah.
first round once. Yeah,
I'm sorry. There's this football thing that's really burning inside. I did let it be known. Eastern Washington, Vernon Adams. He's visiting
Knew it.
Oregon this week. Yeah.
Oh, it was not Michigan related.
No, he's visiting Oregon, the quarterback for Eastern Washington. And I know you wonder why. Am I wondering about an Eastern Washington quarterback? The dude is insane. So if he goes there, that's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Real quick,
yeah.
teams need to make a trade. Last thing,
Teams that need to make a trade
Before the deadline, when's the deadline? Like mid-February, right?
yeah, it's coming up. It's not too long after the All-Star break.
Dude, the Suns for real, man.
Okay,
The Suns need a power forward.
I really like their Markeith and
Yeah,
Alex
a
Lynn
big-
defensive
yeah.
combo though. That's a really good defensive combo.
It is.
I think they need to just trade Gerald Green. I don't think it's so much you need to trade
Gerald
for anybody.
Green
Just
He's
trade
good off the bench,
away
though.
him. But he's gonna be a free agent. You have to trade him.
And he'll get you some pieces back.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think the Warriors need to put Iggy out there on the trade block.
I agree. Because then you need to find cap space to re-sign Draymond.
Iggy, no.
Yeah, man. And,
My man's Iggy
and
about to be
Iggy need to
gone.
go to the Bulls.
Yo, that would be tough though.
What are the Bulls pony up?
The Bulls, man. I mean, honestly,
They
Doug
don't really
McDermott.
have anything.
McDermott is a piece they can give. They can
He hasn't
trade.
Really?
played at all this
And
year.
Tony Snell.
And Tony
Couldn't they-
Snell, too.
yeah,
I like Tony Snell. I wish they would give him more playing time. I said this on Monday.
But I feel like Tony Snell would be. I mean, if he was to get traded to the Warriors, would be a good fit for them too.
It wouldn't be a bad fit.
Tony.
Boy, ugly man.
Don't do this.
He
man.
cut the
Down
braids,
here.
man. That helped.
Right.
Cutting the braids helped
He
him
cut
a
the
lot.
braids?
Oh yeah, you know that. Yeah,
I don't want to imagine. What
Yeah.
Look like now. Lord.
he looked like a character on The Wire when he had the braids.
So,
Yeah.
shout out the wire, man.
Yeah.
You had a natty blow from the Wire last night.
Yeah. Portland, I think, is a team that needs to make a trade. I wanted to see them make a trade before they got hit with this injury bug. Now I think they need to. I think you need a trade for Wilson Chandler.
Forgot he's in.
I think that I wish the Nuggets would just trade everybody because that team stinks.
Yeah,
Brian
they need
Shaw
to just
stinks.
start
There's
over.
talent in
They
it.
need to
Yeah,
just start over.
you
man.
have a building block in Yusuf Nurkic. Ty Lawson deserves so much better.
He does, man. He's a baller, yo.
It's a
I
shame he
really
got
like him.
busted for the DUI recently. I'm sure he'll get some league suspension for that. But
Yeah,
on the court, he's just fantastic to watch. His step back is mean, man.
So was Derrick Rose for the game winner.
Wow.
I'm trolling today heavy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, who's winning this Super Bowl though?
Huh.
Yeah, we do got to get that in. This is the reaction right
This is
here.
the basketball hour, but we need to know these answers. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Tom Brady or Russ? Go.
The Pats.
Wow. I'm going with Russ, man. Richmond, Virginia.
Seahawks.
All right.
Read option, man.
Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Should be a good game. I just hope it's not.
Cowboys should be there though.
No, stop.
Oh, no.
All right. No. Suspended.
Nah,
But
21-26. We should have won that one.
but
Oh, stop.
that's it for tonight's show. Thank you to those who tuned in tonight, and we'll all be posting links. You can follow us on Twitter at NumbersODU.
At MitchB_TV.
And that follow _BDavis.
And the Facebook page is coming soon. We got the Twitter for you. So we'll all be on the Twitter. So you'll see some crazy stuff up there.
And make sure to catch Mitch and Numbers show 1 p.m. on Mondays. And make sure to tune in to us three again next Wednesday at 6 o'clock here at WODU. Thank you very much. You all have a good night.